Hi children, wishing you a wonderful day. And I hope you have taken your readers and ready to follow my reading and explanation. So in last class we saw lesson number 2, the elixir of life. Elixir means a magical liquid. And a short recap of last class. The imaginary elixir of life is the divine nectar, or the true or real elixir of life is the water, which is the commonest of all liquids. Then Sir C.V. Raman tells about the place where the Nile flows. It is one of the greenest and densely populated, most fertile and filled with life and vegetation. He says that water is the most potent and powerful and wonderful thing on the face of our earth. Next he speaks about the rain-fed tanks. Rain-fed tanks, it is very, very important. In the last paper, in 2020 paper, it was asked, so it's very important, children. Please go through that. So the rain-fed tanks, which is commonly found in South India, and it plays a vital role in South Indian agriculture. But it is sadly neglected in maintenance. And water is compared to the eyes in the human face. For 1 mark, this may be asked. This paper, this was asked. Some tanks are large and it is a beautiful sight to see the sunrise and sunset in it. When sun shines, it is bright and gay. When the sky is cloudy, the rain-fed tanks are also dark and gloomy. So this is what we saw in the last class. Now let me start from point number 6 for today's class. One of the most remarkable facts about water is its power to carry silt or finely divided soil in suspension. This is the origin of the characteristic color of the water in rain-fed tanks. This color varies with the nature of the earth in the catchment area and is most vivid immediately after a fresh inflow following rain. Swiftly flowing water can carry fairly large and heavy particles. The finest particles, however, remain floating within the liquid in spite of their greater density and are of course extremely small, but their number is also great. Now explanation. So one of the most noticeable facts about water is its power to carry silt, means fine sand and other fine particles on its movement. This is the origin of the typical color of the water in the rain-fed tanks. The water in the rain-fed tanks gets its color due to the silt or finely divided soil in suspension in the water. And suspension means small particles of sand or other particles found in the water in its movement. This color varies with the color of the soil in the catchment area into which the rainwater flows. What is catchment area? An area where plentiful rainfall is collected, rainwater is collected. The area is called as a catchment area. So this color varies with the color of the soil in the catchment area into which the rainwater flows. This is very clearly visible immediately after a heavy downpour of rainfall. Water that flows fast can carry a very good amount of particles and also heavy particles too. But the finest particles float on the surface of the water even though they are smaller but greater in amount and quantity. So the color of the water differs due to the nature of the soil. So if the soil is red color, the water it flows, you can see it as red. So in the catchment area you can see that reddish color, but actually the water has no color. So it depends on the nature of the earth. So the color varies according to that. And water that flows fast can carry a very good amount and heavy particles too. The water, if it flows fast, it will carry like heavy particles, but the finest particles float on the surface of the water. As you see in the picture here, the finest particles like leaves and all, they float on the water. Even though they are smaller, they don't have much volume, and they are lighter, so they are smaller but greater in amount and quantity. So catchment area meaning an area where plentiful rainwater is collected, and suspension means small particles of sand or other particles are found in the movement of the water. So swiftly flowing water carries fairly large and heavy particles, and the finest particles remain floating. Next point. Point number 7. The flow of water has undoubtedly played a great part and a beneficent one in the geological processes by which the soil on the earth's surface has been formed from the rocks of its crust. The same agency, however, under appropriate conditions, can also play a destructive part and wash away the soil, which is the foundation of all agriculture, and if allowed to proceed unchecked, can have the most disastrous effects on the life of the country. The problem of soil erosion is one of serious import in various countries, especially in many parts of India. The conditions under which it occurs and the measures by which it can be checked deserve the closest study. So, the explanation now. The soil which is found on the surface of the earth is formed from the outer layer of the rocks. In the formation of the earth's physical structure, the swift flow of water plays a very important role and a beneficial one. So when the water flows fast, what happens? It just carries the upper layer of the rocks, and that is settled as the fine sand on the surface of the earth. The outer layer of the rock has been eroded and formed the surface of the soil. The same heavy flow of water under suitable conditions may wash away the soil, which is the foundation of all agriculture, and plays a destructive role too. So the same may happen when there is a heavy flow of water. It may also wash away the soil, which is the foundation of all agriculture. The fertile soil also may be eroded and plays a destructive role too. So the heavy flow of water, it plays a destructive role also. For agriculture, a fertile land is required where we can get a good yield. In such a place, soil erosion leads to destruction. And if it is unchecked, so immediately it should be checked. If the fertile soil is eroded, then immediately it should be checked. If it is not checked, if it is unchecked, it may lead to the most dangerous effects on the lives of the country. So, soil erosion should be checked immediately. It is a very serious and important one to be checked in various countries and especially in many parts of India. So, the closest study should be on in what conditions it occurs and what measures has to be taken to check it out. So, this is what we have to see. Again, what we are going to see is soil erosion, the causes of soil erosion, and how to prevent it. This is also very, very important. As I said about rain-fed tanks, this Now what I am going to take, point number 8 and 9 also is very, very important. You may get for 4 marks. So please be attentive. Point number 8. Soil erosion occurs in successive steps, the earliest of which may easily pass unnoticed. In the later stages, the cutting up and washing away of the earth is only too painfully apparent in the formation of deep gullies and ravines, which make all agriculture impossible. Sudden bursts of excessively heavy rain resulting in a large runoff of surplus water and the principal factors in causing soil erosion. Contributory causes are the slope of the land, removal of the natural protective coat of vegetation, the existence of ruts along which the water can flow with rapidly gathering momentum, and the absence of any checks to such flow. Incredibly, large quantities of precious soil can be washed away if such conditions exist, as is unhappily too often the case. Now the explanation. So, soil erosion occurs successively, means step by step, one after the other. Successive means one after the other. So, soil erosion occurs step by step, one after the other. So, the initial part of it may pass unnoticed. The soil erosion, the initial part, it may pass unnoticed. We may not notice it without any notice. And in the later stages, due to the heavy flow of water, the cutting up and washing away of the earth occurs. So, initial part, if they don't notice, next stage, the later stage is due to the heavy flow of water. What may happen? The land, you can see the cutting up and washing away of the earth occurs. And it is too painful, and when it is clearly visible, that the deep gullies and ravines. What is the meaning of gullies and ravines? Means deep cuts and channels are made by running water. You can see the deep cut over there and are found, which makes all agriculture impossible. So now what we are going to see is the factors of soil erosion, and the very important factor is, so this you may get for 1 mark. There are 4 points, the main factors of soil erosion, 4 points are there, and first point, this is the main factor. Okay, sudden burst of excessively heavy rain resulting in a large runoff of surplus water is the principal factor in causing soil erosion. So this is the main factor. So sudden burst or sudden downpour of heavy rainfall. So when there is a heavy rainfall, what will happen? It will result in a large runoff of surplus. Surplus means excess flow of water. So this is the main cause of soil erosion. Then what we are going to see are the other 3 factors. So this you may get for 1 mark. Okay, what is the main cause of soil erosion? So principal factor, if they ask only this, you have to write. And then simply if it is asked what are the causes of soil erosion, and that you may get for 2 or 3 marks, that you have to write all the 4 points. So main factor only the sudden burst of heavy rainfall which results in a large runoff of surplus of water is a main factor. This is only for 1 mark. And now, so when there is a heavy rainfall, you could have seen deep cuts on the roadside, and we could have seen the soil being eroded. So such kind is the main cause for soil erosion. And the other factors which add to the erosion of the precious soil are slope of the land. Second point, when the land is like a slope. Third one, it is the removal of the natural protective coat of vegetation, means when the trees and plants are destroyed or they are removed. So then you can see the soil being eroded there. And the next one, when deep ruts. What do you mean by ruts? Means deep parts which is made by the wheels of the vehicles. So removal of natural protective coat of vegetation, third point. And then fourth one, existence of ruts. Ruts, I told you, it is deep path which is made by the wheels of vehicles. You can see if the vehicle is moved there, you will get the tracks over there. So in that place it will be easy for the rainwater to flow. So that is what you call it as ruts. So when deep cuts or paths through which the water flows fast at great momentum, momentum means speed and force, and no measures or steps are taken to prevent or check such fast flowing or flow of water. So these are the 4 points for the causes of soil erosion. These are the 4 factors for the causes of soil erosion. The first point, sudden burst of heavy rainfall, it is for 1 mark, and 4 points if you are writing, it will be asked for 2 or 3 marks. And if the same condition prevails or exists, often then unbelievably a large quantity of the precious soil would be washed away. So sometimes flowing water causes soil erosion, which has serious impact on the country. Soil erosion results in making agriculture impossible. Large quantity of precious soil can be washed away if there is a heavy flow of water. Now, the menace, 9th point, the menace which soil erosion presents to the continuance of successful agriculture is an alarming one in many parts of India, calling urgently for attention and preventive action. The terracing of the land, the construction of bunds to check the flow of water, the practice of contour cultivation, and the planting of appropriate types of vegetation are amongst the measures that have been suggested. It is obvious that the aim should be to check the flow of water at the earliest possible stage before it has acquired an appreciable momentum and correspondingly large destructive power. So now the explanation. So in point 9, what we see, the threat. Threat means the menace means threat. So in many parts of India, the threat or the danger that the soil erosion projects or presents against a continuous successful agriculture is a fearful one, which calls or which we have to take an immediate attention to take some preventive measures. So here, as we saw in the first part, that is in the causes of soil erosion, 4 points. Likewise, here also we have 4 points. That is a preventive measure of soil erosion. So the 4 points what you have to remember. The preventive measures for soil erosion. First point, the terracing of land. So, the preparing in different levels. And the second one, the construction of bunds to check the flow of water. Bunds means a wall of sand or earth or stone built to prevent water flooding an area. The contour cultivation, a cultivation done in a same level of land, raised land or same level of land. Fourth one, planting of appropriate types of vegetation. So it is very clear, it is very obvious, means clear that the aim of these preventive measures should be to check the flow of water at the initial stage. So soil erosion in the initial stage itself, you have to check it out before the speed of the force of the water increases largely and its destructive power also increases equally. So equally large. So before that it should be checked. So now with this I end up with point 9 for today's class. Please children, I request you read the reader daily. The lesson till point number 9 I have taken. Please read it daily. Okay, now today's assignment, learn and write question number. Last class I have just given you the video. I didn't ask you to learn, only I told to write there. So here homework, today's homework 1 Question number 1, 2, 3, 5 and 7. Learn and write in your homework. And in your classwork, just write 7, 8, 9 and 10 and paragraph writing question number 2 and post it tomorrow. Thank you.